East Lansing, when Alex Rodriguez stopped by Michigan State's pregame shoot-around on Friday afternoon and spoke to the team. He brought up career highlights like his World Series championship, 3 MVP awards and 2,000 hits. But former baseball star also unexpectedly brought up one of his career lowlights, that he's 5th on Major League Baseball's career strikeouts list. Hours later, following Michigan State's 85-57 win over Indiana, multiple players said that portion of Rodriguez's speech stood out the most. "That was huge, just because you think that everything went perfect for him. Everything went great. But he had his struggles, he had his down times too," Spartans point guard Cassius Winston said. "From that, he bounced back, and that makes greatness." Michigan State returns to winning ways by dismantling Indiana. Rodriguez's talk with the Spartans was focused in part on failure, and how to respond and grow from it. His timing with that message to the Spartans was apropos. Michigan State entered Friday's game having lost 2 of its last 3 games. A team that had looked invincible for weeks suddenly looked vulnerable. After the Spartans' Saturday loss to Michigan, they hit a 5-day scheduled break from games. Coaches challenged players during that stretch with practices players described as intense and heavy on rebounding and defense drills. "It's been a difficult week," Spartans coach Tom Izzo said. "There's no question about it." When Michigan State emerged at the end of that week, it looked once again like the Michigan State team that steamrolled through its late November, December and early January schedule. Against an Indiana team that had won 3 straight games, the Spartans went on an 18-point run midway through the first half to effectively put the Hoosiers away. In doing so, they showed improvement in the areas they set out to improve in the most after their lackluster week. After getting bogged down at times in its half-court defense, Michigan State set out to return to its fast-paced ways against Indiana. Doing so allowed Nick Ward to become more involved and avoid double teams, and Michigan State overall to space the floor. Hoosiers coach Archie Miller said the Spartans' fast break was clearly the emphasis and called Ward the best rim runner in college basketball. "They forced the action in the transition game," Miller said. When he was double-teamed, Ward said he was more confident in knowing what to do. At one point in the first half, he dribbled out of a double team and hit Winston with a cross-court pass to set up a three-pointer. The Spartans also saw Bridges put together his best game in weeks. 22 points on 9 for 13 shooting and 4 for 6 from three-point range. 4 of his 5 two-pointers were at the rim, as he found driving lanes as opposed to settling for jump shots. "The big thing for me is attacking the basket and being aggressive," Bridges said. Michigan State players say they didn't lose confidence throughout a tough last week but seemed relieved by Friday's performance all the same. Hearing about failure from one of the best baseball players in a generation helped, too. "It's not about how you fall, it's about how you get back up," Bridges said. "That's what we're dealing